They always capture that first one.
And we are live. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Let's Talk Fishing podcast. My name is Jay Angel, and I'm going to be your host for this evening. Please excuse me for 1 second.
All right. James had to take a quick break. I'm Bill Heller. Fishing.
I am back. Anyways, the first thing I'd like to do before I introduce my guest is I'd like to tell you that the Garden State Outdoor Sports Show is going to take place from January 6th through 9th of 2022. That's going to be at the New Jersey Convention and Exposition Center in Edison, New Jersey. The Northern Illinois Sports Show, Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoor Show is going to take place January 13th through 16th of 2022 at the Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake, Illinois. Speaking of the Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoor Show, I have a guy tonight, Bill Heller from Nikko Plastics.
Yep.
How you doing tonight, Bill?
I'm doing good, Jay. Thanks for having me on your program, your podcast here. Really happy to be here and share what I have the show. You know, I got some cool baits I want to show off, and you know, we'll be at that Northern Illinois Sports Show, as you said, and you know, I'll have all these baits for display and for sale. So I hope you can come visit.
So Nikko is actually a Japanese company, aren't they?
They are a Japanese company. Nikko's been around for many, many years, and they've really dabbled in the saltwater fishing mostly. But over the last couple of years, they've gone from salt to fresh to ice. So they're starting to cover all bases. And I've really come on for bass fishing. That's what I do. I'm a tournament bass fisherman, but I also fish for fun on the ice and whatnot, and you know, catch whatever bites. You know, that's why we fish.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. What trail do you fish?
So a couple different trails. I fished Wisco last year.
Okay, yeah.
Wisco was pretty big.
I have the guy who runs Wisco. I've had him on.
Kyle Carpenter.
Yes. Yeah. And he got involved with head to head.
Yep, absolutely. I'm also with a local club called Greater Chicago Bassmasters. Also fishing the Illinois Bass Nation. So I fish the team series. Nice. And also, I fish with my son. Well, I watch my son and his partner fish from the juniors. So he's going to be 13. It's going to be his last year as a junior before high school starts. So I'm the captain for his team, and you know, I enjoy teaching the next generation too. So you know, I try and fish as much as possible, whether it's with my son or a tournament.
Well, geez, you're all over this. You're all over this, Bill. So what sets Nikko apart from other soft plastics?
Well, Nikko's a very unique brand. I'll show you the first thing. This is one of our bass worms right here. And look at this. I'm just going to kind of stretch this in the view here. I can stretch this over.
Yeah, I thought that thing was going to snap on me.
Over and over again, and it will keep its original shape forever. So durability is definitely number one. So that keeps these things economical. So you can buy one pack, and it's going to last you forever until you get bit off by a toothy creature, pretty much. So I've literally, one of these, I got a waxworm here. This is a little waxworm. How many when you go ice fishing, how many waxworms do you go through?
Usually buy 100 of them.
Yeah.
Just for me.
So this one right here is probably caught over 100 fish. Perch, bluegills, and whatnot. So it looks a little dirty, but you know what? They just bite it, but it never breaks.
So when you stick a hook through that thing, it doesn't deform it or anything?
No, not at all. So if I put a little hook right here through the edge, I mean, it's just on there.
Jeez.
Over and over. And it just, it will just keep going forever and ever. So, very economical. Another nice thing about the baits is they all float.
Okay.
So that's really nice. So it gives you an opportunity to put a nail weight in there or something if you want to change the buoyancy at all.
And also, if you're using something like oh geez, I have no brain tonight. Sorry. Geez. So if you're Nikko rigs,
Nikko rig, oh absolutely, I do that quite a bit with that bass worm. Also, like what's nice is smallmouth. I'm going to get into those baits soon here, but let me show you this craw here. So, like I said, they all float here. So imagine, these little claws just up in the air on your jig. They go crazy, and you can trim them down and put them on a skirt, whatever you have to do. But
But what happens if a fish ingest that thing?
That's a great question. Thanks, Jay. So Nikko baits are really environmentally safe. They're healthy. They're indigestible. Basically, they biodegrade. So unlike other soft plastics that expand when they get ingested in fish, and you see those big old, those worms just sticking out of their butts.
Yes, I've seen that.
We've all seen that. These ones will never do that. These will digest. They'll just dissolve inside the fish's body. So they're very safe to eat. I could even eat one of these right now. I could eat one of these Nikko plastics, and it would just dissolve.
You're not going to do that, are you?
Maybe if we get enough people watching. How many people are watching us, Jay?
None yet.
Not yet. Okay, maybe if we get 100 people, I'll eat a Nikko bait today. Did you mention smallmouth? That might be my favorite.
I did. Yes, I did. One thing, that's the thing I miss the most about the Northland, other than my children.
Do you see this?
Yeah, kind of Helgermite.
That's a Helgermite, exactly. This is an exact mold of a real-life Helgermite. These things have caught me so many smallies. In fact, I probably have one over here. Oh, my son was playing with some of my baits. So Junebug is one of my favorite colors to catch smallmouth with. Junebug is just an amazing color. Like Junebug here, this is actually one of our shrimps, but this color right here, oops. It's like a purple. And this color Helgermite is just amazing. It catches so many fish. But the Helgermite, you just put this on a little Ned head.
Ned head. That's what I was looking for. Thank you for telling me that. What I like about floating baits is you put them on a Ned head. Oh my goodness, look at that thing. Put that thing on a Ned head.
Yeah, look at this. You can catch so many fish. I mean, here's that Junebug in the Ned.
Yes.
So just this color right here, this is called Fusion. This is probably my favorite color right here, especially for the area I live in where there's a lot of gobies. So this is like the Chicagoland, Door County goby color right here. It's called Fusion. I know it might not
come. That's the Great Lakes goby color because
Great Lakes goby, exactly. It's called Fusion, and it's really my favorite go-to color. And it's we have another bait that just came out. It's a leech. And I just put this on a little jig head, and this is the same color, that Fusion. And, I just put it on this little jig head, and it's just like.
Who makes that jig head?
This jig head might be Tightrope. So I don't know if you know Ryan Whitaker.
Ryan Whitaker would make.
Yep. And here, actually, I didn't want to show this one, but this is kind of my Sturgeon Bay, Door County special right here. But this is a special one that Ryan Whitaker made for me.
Yes, I thought so. I said, man, that has Ryan Whitaker all over it.
Chartreuse white, and it's got our tadpole on there. So the tadpole, you can see those little legs in there. And this action, there's so much action on here. So this tadpole, it's awesome. Here, I'll show you a pink one. There's a pink one. It's got little eyes. I mean, it's just an awesome bait. Lots of action. And you can see this one's actually been used quite a bit. Pink's a very underrated color.
Yeah, I've been using pink for years. I used way back in the 90s. I was paying people to custom paint floating rapids so I could fish them on the Illinois River.
Yeah, let me pull this one out. This is one that not many people have. They only made so many of these. So this is our Iganago minnow, and this is in pink. You can use this as a fluke style, but you know what I love to use these for? My favorite thing to do with these is a trailer. I use these as a trailer on a chatterbait. So sorry.
Yeah, Brock Mosley's made a lot of money doing that. He uses a Zaco, but it looks a lot. It's the same kind of idea.
Yeah.
That one right there, the white one.
To add like a little, add a little chartreuse at the bottom to just make it pop a little bit more. So yeah, it's these little minnows are awesome trailers. You can put them on spinner baits as well. Also, those bass worms I showed you before. There's a lot of different types of bass worms, and there's paddle tail bass worms, club tail bass worms, and
Look at the size of that paddle tail.
That's a big paddle tail. Well, let me show you the paddle tail bait. So our newest bait that we just released makes me pretty happy. It's a pretty cool bait. We've been waiting for this one for a long time. So everybody likes the swim bait, right? This is our Winnow, Winnow. So this thing, it's so unique. Look at those ribs right there. And literally, I'll push them down, and you'll see them just kind of come back to life.
You know what that thing would be good for? Is redfish. I don't know if you ever fished for redfish, but
we got a guy in our pro
sure
staff. We got a guy in our pro staff that catches redfish all the time with this. So once again, you stretch this out and just over and over and over and over and over again. They're not going to eat that tail off.
Are these things scented?
What's that?
Are these things scented?
They are scented. Yeah. So the scents are different for each one. There's a squid scent that goes on most of them. The Japanese like squid, I guess. So, so our black baits, it's called obsidian. They're pretty stinky. Yeah, they're pretty nasty. The black baits are definitely the most.
It smells like my truck, right?
Well, I don't want to say anything, but maybe.
Oh, no, soft plastic lures is what my truck always smells like. Yes.
Excellent. So the thing about this swim bait right now, it's 3.5 inches long right now, by the way. This paddle tail, it's a wide paddle tail. So like you said, for redfish, they love that. This moves a whole lot of water. So if you're looking for something a little more finesse, something that's going to have like a tighter wiggle, you're going to probably want to go with something like this. This is called our Sculler Shed. And I got it on the back. Once again, I like using a lot of these Nikko baits as trailers. But this is our Sculler Shed. And it's just like a little swim bait with a tiny little paddle tail. And I fish this alone. Let me see if I got another one out here. I do not. Whoops, sorry. So this is a Sculler Shed. And once again, I got this on the back of just a little, bladed jig. There you go. And it gives it just that subtle kick.
Okay, we have a couple. We have a couple of comments. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
go ahead.
The guy, it's fishing with Reg, R-E-G.
Reg, yeah. He's on the Nikko Pro staff.
Are awesome. And he said the second one's nice. The hole on those Ikango minnows makes it perfect for a nail weight.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So what he's talking about, if you look at the face here, so my daughter actually calls these the barbells. So the eyes are like barbells. It's hard to, you see how they kind of stretch?
Sure. Oh my goodness.
There's actually a hole right in the center, and you can put a nail weight. Let me see. I have one right here. So I got a nail weight right here, and you can just kind of stick that right in the middle. And then what you can do is just put that in. And it's in there right now, and you can see it's already leaning down. And you can, like you said, almost like a Nikko rig right there. You just put the hook right there, wacky style, and then let this thing float down. And, even if it goes down like a Ned, you got this tail that's got all this crazy action.
That thing.
I know. So it moves. I'm not even shaking it.
How many inches is that thing?
Man. Offhand, I want to say it's probably 4.6 maybe.
I know the Japanese probably go by millimeters.
They go by millimeters. Yeah, absolutely. And I could get those technical numbers for you if you need those. We can put those in the chat later. Or you can just go to that link on the page and it gives you all the information.
Okay.
Let me show you one more awesome thing really quick, if you don't mind. We have another bait. It's called the Octopus. Now you think octopus, what are you thinking? You're thinking saltwater, right?
Yeah.
This Octopus, this is our small one. This is our 1.5. One of the favorite things I like to do with this is pair it up with a treble hook. So you have your walking baits, your spooks, things like that. What I like to do is dress this up. Let me show you how I do this. I just basically turn it upside down, stick this right through. And once again, just like that minnow, there's a hole right on top. Whoops, sorry. There's a hole right on top. Goes right through. You can tie it on, put it on your split ring, and look at that. That's on your treble hook. So you can do this in a crankbait. You can do this on a walking bait. One of the things I like to do is put this on the middle hook of like a walking bait.
The middle hook.
The middle hook, yeah, because that will give them a target to hit. And if they miss it, they'll hit the front or the back maybe. So the middle hook is giving them that target point. So this is actually one of the great applications. Another thing this mimics is, here's a bigger one. So this is our 3.5.
That looks like your tadpole.
No, this is this is the Octopus again. You can almost see there's eyes in there. So, I mean, you can, depending on what size you want, you can, give them more or less. But look at how it dances. I mean, it's pretty sweet.
Now we have another couple comments. Reg says that's a secret, And also Red says that the octopuses are awesome for panfish, and you can even use them like a tube for smallmouth.
Funny you say that. Here's my tube. Here's my Junebug tube. I'll use this in Door County as well. So yeah, the weight just goes right in there, just slides right in there, and there's your tube. So that's your tube imitator.
Look at that. And also Diane Preston says Vask Tech.
Bass Tech?
VASK Tech.
Bass Tech. I'm not sure what that means.
Maybe she'll tell us. I know she heard.
Maybe she'll tell us. Okay, Diane. So toxin free. So these are very safe, environmentally friendly. So you don't have to worry about anything. So that's really a huge thing with these baits. Plastisol is definitely, we know it can do some damage, but the unique plastic that Nikko uses, it's really good for the environment. We have so many awesome colors now too. There's so many colors that are on the market. We got something called Sexy Heron. We got Magma. I told you Obsidian is our black. We got Fusion. We got Milky Way. We got Junebug. There's all kinds of cool colors. This one's like brown with gold flake. We got, your typical watermelon with the red flake. A lot of pearls. Look at this giant swim bait. Look at this giant swim bait. So once again, those redfish, or you want to go to Gunnersville?
Oh yeah,
this is your Gunnerville special right here. Just throw a big swim
right through the. Man, I would fish that right through the.
Look at the big paddleton. This thing moves. So, here's my Junebug Helgermite. So this one right here, Junebug Helgermite. This thing's caught a lot of fish. It looks brand new. I mean, there's like nothing on it. I'm hitting. That tentacle is there. It hasn't been bit off. Everything's there. This is just a little Ned head that I kind of bury the hook. What's nice about this, you don't have to skin hook it. You can put that hook right in the middle because these baits are super soft. So the fish is going to get hooked every single time. It's hard to, let me see if I can show you. Like if I do that, the hook's right there. And you can see how sticky these are. You can see it doesn't want to rip off from that hook. These are so durable. It's awesome. Another setup I like is this. It's called the Jica Rig, Jika, and it's basically like a Tokyo rig, but it's just a little bit closer.
Look at that.
Yeah, this thing is awesome. So this thing actually won me Lake of the Ozarks, a classic tournament. This exact bait. And I caught, several big fish on it.
So were you catching spotted bass on that then?
No, it was largemouth bass.
Largemouth bass in Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, 25, 30 feet of water, just dropping it on those brush jigs and literally just pulling it slowly through and then chomp. And you feel that you just set the hook and bring them in.
I'm impressed, Bill.
So these
the
are
only thing I've ever caught on Ozarks is spotted bass.
Well, jerkbait works really good there too, as well as a spinner bait. So we caught a lot of fish. It was a good tournament, lots of fun. But
well, that's why you won it, because you caught largemouth. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It was my first time there too, so it was pretty cool. I want to go back.
Well, you were fishing for largemouth, and everybody else was fishing for spotted.
I didn't even know there were spots there. Oh, actually, we did catch a couple small spots, but no big ones.
Well, if you see fish, hitting the surface, that's usually the spots. Because when I first started fishing there, I thought that, wow, it's stupid white bass,
They were white bass too. Yeah, we saw those, but there were largemouths mixed in. So when we saw that, we'd throw our jerkbait through there and just dig them out, and that was a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. That's crystal clear water. That's just a beautiful lake.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's getting cold here in Northern Illinois. I know you're in Louisiana, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So in Northern Illinois right now, I think it's sleeting right now. I can look out my window. It's cold right now. I'm still wearing t-shirts and shorts, but I'm a little crazy. I'm a little different. But so we're all thinking about hard water right now. And Nikko has so many awesome micro baits. So a lot of really tiny baits, mayflies, katydids. My favorite, and there's white ones too. I just did this because I think it will show up better, is the waxworm. I did show you the waxworm earlier.
You did.
And you can see, this one's pretty beat up, and then this one's fresh. So you can kind of see the difference there, how it, and you can see how it's a little smaller, and you're kind of wondering why. Some of the Nikko baits, they have something called DAPPY, DAPPY. And what dappy is it basically blows them up, makes them really swollen and really soft. So it makes them really tender, I guess is the best word. And once it gets exposed to the air, it actually shrinks down to the regular size, which is this one right here, which isn't too much smaller, but you can kind of see a difference there.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, that white one, I've caught so many fish on, and it's so good. But the blue ones work just as well. But so at the Northern Illinois Sports Show, I'm definitely going to have a lot of wax worms. I'm going to have some of those mayflies, the stone flies. Some of those are just amazing. We also have a new little swim bait I haven't even seen yet in person, but it's called a flex tail, and it's pre-rigged with a hook all the way through it already. But it's basically like it's almost like this minnow. I think it's a little shorter, but it's got a paddle tail on it. So it's basically a smaller minnow without the ribs. So I want to get some of those. Hopefully I'll have some of those at the show too. But we have so many baits. I mean, I got a little cheat list over here of what we have and trying to see of what I haven't told you about. I mean, some of those, these are sandworms. So
Okay.
you can see all the action that those things probably have. We have pinworms. Whoops, here's one of those sandworms next to one of our pinworms. So these are all like, our smaller style. They're great for panfish. But you know what? I've caught bass on these as well. You throw these on a drop shot, and they got so much action. I mean, you got these little beaded ones, and these are all stretchable, same plastic. And you can use these as like mini wax worms, or you can use these as like little, you can tear them off, make them shorter, smaller, whatever you want to do. Very versatile bait. Speaking of that, there's something called a scent ball. Have you ever heard of a scent ball?
Scent ball. Yeah, we use those kind of things for crappies. Yeah.
Exactly. A scent, or salmon. They almost look like little salmon eggs. So we have a lot of guys.
Yeah.
We have a lot of guys that fly fish or fish for salmon that love these little scent balls, and they come in orange and red and yellow and all kinds of colors. And they work so well. And obviously they're stinky, really stinky, and they look just like salmon eggs. They're pretty cool, really durable as well. So, I mean, there's so much I can talk about, and but
okay. So you are.
What kind of questions are going on?
Actually, we had 3 people. A couple of them left, but okay. You're going to be at the Northern Illinois Sports Show, correct?
That's correct.
So, guys, come on out to the Northern Illinois Sports Show. It's going to be January 13th through the 16th, 2022 at the Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake. And there's going to be so many cool people there, like this guy, Bill Heller. Talk to him about soft plastic lures, man.
Talk fishing. Let's just talk fishing. I'll talk about anything.
Yeah, but I'm excited about these soft plastic lures. I have fished soft plastic lures literally since the 70s. Back when the days of the pre-rigged worms, remember like Chuck's worms and stuff that we used in Northern Illinois? Mm-hmm. Chuck's worms, caney, bass stoppers. They have come so far.
Oh, absolutely.
And this stuff is innovative.
Absolutely.
I am falling in love with Japanese lures. I'll tell you that much.
Same here. Yeah. I mean, whether it's plastics or the Japanese hard baits, whether it's, some of those other companies that are making like, the spy baits or the awesome jerk baits, there are some great Japanese companies out there. There's some great promoters for them, a lot of great testers. This Nikko team that I'm on, I mean, I think our pro staff, we started pretty small, like 10 of us, and we probably got about 200 guys worldwide now. And they're really helping promote the product, and we're really trying to get local. As much as, the big box stores are awesome, I'd rather be in the local tackle shops with us going there, showing them the baits, stretching them in front of these small business owners and showing them that, hey, let's carry these in your store. We can help you sell them. We'll promote them on social media. We'll come by. We'll show you what they can do. We'll give you samples, whatever you need. So we're here for the small businesses, but we want to just show how awesome Nikko is and share it. And we want people to catch fish. And that's what they do. They're effective.
Yes, I completely agree. Those Ned rigs, Nikko rigs, and paddle tails. Man, down here, those paddle tails just plain catch fish down here. You cast those worms to the marsh, you never know what you're going to catch from flounders to sheep's heads to redfish to trout. Look at that. Look at that paddle tail, guys. Just look at that paddle tail. That is different than I don't think I've seen a paddle tail that's that big compared to the rest of the lure.
On a worm. I got to come out of the zone, but you can't even see it. I can walk all the way back here, and it's still out of view. I mean, I can just stretch this over and over, and it will never distort. It will always go back to the original shape.
I don't think I could use that. I think I'd be snapping my fishing partner with it.
Now, can I break it? Absolutely. Everything's got a breaking point, but even when I'm catching pike and walleye, toothy fish, they might put a little dot in it. It's not going to distort anything at all.
And hooks, just put a little dot in it too?
A hook will do that as well. Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of these I've fished with, and you just can't tell. Oh, let me show you another cool feature. I forgot about this one. I got this UV light. A lot of our baits have UV built in, and I don't know how it's going to come over the camera, but you can see how those claws kind of glow.
There you go. That looks good right there.
That looks good right there.
Yeah, you can see those claws just glowing.
Let me show you some of these other ones. So here's one of those minnows. You can kind of see how the whole thing.
Oh, that looks cool. That looks cool, man. Wow, yes. Bill.
So all these baits kind of have some UV. Not all of them, but so this one doesn't really have any. But the Helgermite just glows. The whole thing will just glow, and you can almost see through it. I mean, it's so strong, the glow. But I mean that's a really cool feature. I mean, here's one of my swim baits. And you can see that winnow. It glows too. It's hard to tell.
Oh, I can see it. It glows pretty. I think that you see when you turn it off, you can see it's a completely different color.
Oh yeah. So I mean, we got a lot of swim bait guys in the world, and look at this swim bait. That's pretty. It's just gorgeous.
Tim Prokop.
Hey Tim.
Tim just said Bill Heller is the king of Nikko.
The king of Nikko, I appreciate that. Tim's one of my boys, so we talk every day. Him, Tom, and Tony. We're the boys. That's our chat group name. So we trash talk each other. We fish with each other. You got to have your close friends, and he's one of them.
Oh, well, that's cool. That's cool, man. Wow, I'm impressed with this stuff.
Yeah. Trying to see what else they got on the table for you.
Doing what I do, I work with a lot of different small soft plastic companies. That's a tadpole again.
This is one of the tadpoles. I could give a little secret, but there's a really awesome smallmouth fisherman, and this is one of his favorite baits. But I'm not going to give his name right now. But this catches a lot of smallmouth on a drop shot. Just going to say that, and he's really, really good and well known.
Now, are you nose hooking that when you're drop shotting it?
I do nose hook it.
Okay,
just a little. Because I mean, once again, I mean these.
That's a little thing, isn't it?
Yeah. But
that's just a little thing, man.
Smallies love this. In fact, Tim just bought a whole bunch of these, so he's like, I got to get on board too. So.
I can see why. He would want to do that.
Yeah, they're good baits. And you know what? The leech is one of my favorites right now. I just fished.
Look at that thing. That is Drop Shot City right there.
Exactly. So this I just fished on the St. Joe River in Michigan. And man, I caught a lot of fish. It was so fun.
I went to high school in South Bend, Indiana. So I grew up fishing the St. Joe River for steelhead and smallmouth in the summer.
Yeah. So
man, that's just.
So this is actually one of the baits I was waiting for the most. This leech is awesome. It's perfect for drop shot. Lots of motion. You can put this on a Ned head as well. In fact, here's one right here, like a little shaky head almost.
You put that on a Ned head. You can wacky rig that thing.
You can do anything. They're so versatile. I mean, I just love that I can really experiment and try all different types of things. I mean, I got a couple boxes right behind me, and it's just like tons of different rigs here. I got just a Nikko box just full of stuff. and what's nice about being on the pro staff team is, I get advantage because sometimes I'll get to test baits before everybody else does. And, this winnow was actually one of the very first ones before it even came to the market. And this color is not even available, it's a green. It's not green pumpkin. It's like a lime green. It's kind of a weird color, but, nobody has this bait except for me. So it's kind of cool being on the pro staff because you get to experiment with some cool baits.
Yeah.
And not everything makes it to the market, and that's just how business works. But I still have some of these, and like the shrimp, they sent me a whole bunch of these to test. These aren't even for sale, but I got like 5 or 6 of them. But I've caught fish on the Mississippi River with this, so I know they work. And here, let me introduce somebody really quick, if you don't mind. Come here, buddy.
I don't mind.
You want to see somebody that's going to his first dance ever and Lake Kincaid's Junior Bassmaster champion last year?
Hello there.
Look at this guy.
Hello there.
This is my son Brox. He's a future hopefully pro fisherman. We'll see. No,
So
as long as
who's
we have
this?
fun, that's all that matters. My son Brox, Brox.
Hey, Brox, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah.
That's Jay Angel.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Brox.
Nice to meet you too.
So, are you a fisherman?
Yes, very.
I bet you are. I bet you are with a dad like that, man. Hey, good luck with your fishing, man.
Thanks. You too.
Yeah, he's off to his first dance ever. So
Good luck, man. Have a good time, Brox.
have fun, buddy. Have fun.
And you two have good on your podcast.
We will. Thanks, bud.
Thank you for introducing us.
No problem. Yeah, no, he's my buddy. That's why I'm doing this. It's all for him. I want to just honestly, I can't wait until he's a little older so we can be, tournament partners for life. I mean, that's the goal.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I was too busy guiding, so I'm just going to tell you that, I mean, I was guiding, I was tournament fishing, and, and I was also, divorced father. So, yeah, I didn't get to fish enough with my son, and I'm going to regret that for the rest of my life. So,
don't live with regrets. Just keep fishing now.
But enough of that, I just tell people that because I don't want other people to make the same mistake I made.
Right on.
Right on.
No, I would love to be a guide. Go up to Door County and just catch smallies all day. That would be fun. Every day, all day. I mean, those are my dreams. Like I go to bed like, oh, smallmouth.
Imagine that, Door County, man.
That's where I like to go. I'm like, should I make one more trip before it ices over? I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what am I doing this weekend?
Boy, back in the day, I used to take off at midnight to get up to Door County by 6 to catch those walleyes in the Fox River in the spring.
There you go. Yeah, I know a lot of people that do that too. So yeah, there's so many awesome places to fish now. I mean, one of the popular things going on right now is perch fishing. Perch fishing is getting pretty hot as the water gets cooler. So, I'll use those Nikko wax worms to catch perch on like a double drop shot rig. I'll just put 2 wax worms and maybe you double up,
Try those leeches on a double drop shot rig.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll try that. Actually, it's funny you say that because, a lot of people don't do this, but when you do a drop shot, usually you put, your little pinch weight at the bottom or something like that, or your drop shot weight. I like to tie a Ned on the bottom as my weight. And then you got your hook above it with, your leech or your tadpole or something. So you kind of got your 2 baits there. I don't know if that's legal in all states, but, I do it.
Man, that's just awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So Bill, do you have any shout outs you'd like to make? Any thank yous, any companies, individuals, organizations?
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, first and foremost, my family, of course, they let me fish. They're the ones that let me wake up early, come home late, and enjoy my passion right now. So to my lovely wife Jody, my son Brox, my daughter Solly, thank you. My dog Bacon,
Bacon, there's a name.
And Bacon loves to go fishing, which is awesome too. She likes the ducks and geese though a little bit more than the fish, but that's okay. I'll let her be. As far as thank yous, obviously Nikko, we have an awesome pro staff. The support with that team is amazing. I mean, we're one of the most active teams I've ever been associated with. Everyday post, everyday pictures. Everybody's, there's no bashing, no politicalness. There's nothing negative. It's just let's go fishing. What did you do today? How did you rig it today? It's helping one another. And so that's why I really like the Nikko team. I do have another couple partners. Zico Shoes is a big partner of mine.
I have a pair of Zico shoes right here. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you need another pair, you let me know. Anybody on the call, let me know. I can get you 50% off easily.
Down here, you wear Zico shoes 12 months out of the year.
You know what? I wear them at home as slippers, so I wear them year round too. As long as it's not too wet or cold, I wear them pretty much. Another one is Dude Products. Dude Products, Dude Wipes. Always got a Dude Wipe ready. You never know. You got to be prepared. They're in my boat. They're in my car. They're at my desk at work. Fish NFX, custom rod builder, Doug Roberts. I got a couple custom rods from him. He's the one that got me into Nikko. So Doug is a promoter, is a great guy, awesome fisherman. Douglas Roberts is an amazing guy. If you don't know him, follow him on Facebook, find him. And he makes amazing rods. I got 2 rods of his, and I'll keep building my arsenal as well. Rock and Reel custom lures. So my buddy Tony Slyvester, he makes me custom spinner baits and bladed jigs. And when I say custom, I say, hey, I want this color, this many strands. I want, for my buzz bait, I don't want the long blade. I want it short and tight. And he'll give me blade colors. He'll just do whatever I need. Put this size hook on, and he does a phenomenal job. Very, very good. I don't know if I have any out right now. They're actually in the boat right now, but Tony's been a great partner for a long time, and other than that, I fish with a local club in Chicago called the Greater Chicago Bassmasters. We fish, 6 tournaments a year with 1 classic. Illinois Bass Nation is amazing. Great leadership there. Mike Toe is the president. He runs a great program. There's great people on that staff. The team series, the Illinois Bass Nation state qualifier is always an amazing event. I see the same guys every single year, and it's like, oh man, yeah, good to see you again. So, the fishing community is strong.
Yes.
And, it's good to keep building these relationships because, with everything that's going on in the world right now, you need this happy world, and fishing for me is that. And I know it is for a lot of other people as well.
Well, that's why, I didn't know you from anybody. That's why I went over my rules before. And this is a happy podcast. We talk about fun things.
Absolutely.
And it's just a refuge from, like you said, it's a refuge from the rest of the world. Absolutely. I'm not going to say the rest of the world because this is a big part of my life. Of course, it's not my only part. I have a family too, but this is a big part of my life. Talking and getting to know guys like you, talking about lures and exchanging ideas, like-minded people. Man, it's a great thing.
Absolutely.
And I'm always happy with a person like you, man.
Absolutely, Jay. I had a blast talking to you, and I hope we can do this again soon. And once again, Northern Illinois Sports Show, guys, I hope you guys can come out January 13th through 16th, Lake County Fairgrounds. And specifically for that show, I want to thank Jim Grant.
Yes.
Jim is awesome. He's basically the head organizer for that show. I know there's probably more people behind the scenes, but Jim, actually, I know there's more people, but Jim, he's reached out to me so many times. What else do you need? What can I do for you?
Right there.
Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be next to and stuff? And, I'm booth 524. I'm right next to Billy Heim, Night Crawler.
There you go.
So if you know Billy Heim, everybody knows.
Oh, yeah, everybody knows Billy Heim.
So I get to talk to Billy Heim for 4 straight days. What's better in life? I'm going to be talking in Lake Geneva.
You guys make sure you talk to some of the people walking through too. Then,
absolutely. So
I know Captain Billy, man. What a great guy.
Yeah, Billy's a great guy. So yeah, I'll be next to Billy the whole show. So it's a fun show. I did it the first year. It was right before, right in the middle of COVID. So traffic wasn't too big. Everybody was a little like, I'm not sure. But this year, I think people are going to be a lot more confident to go out, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we get a lot of foot traffic.
Something I would like to ask you in closing is right here.
Right.
I figured that out yet.
Anyways,
this Nikko, there you go. Nikko Fishing, is that where people can go to order Nikko products?
Absolutely. To learn more about Nikko products, please go to that the link below. And I'm sure Jay will put it in the link on the YouTube page at the end. But go there. You can find out exact sizes, see all the different colors. One of the best things about Nikko products in this time right now, there's supply and demand chain. There's issues going on with getting products on time. You place an order tonight, I guarantee you will have that by Monday or Tuesday. We don't have stock issues. We have plenty of stock. We're ready to ship today. We have an awesome distributor in the United States, Scott Barrett, and he will get your order tonight. He'll get that email on his phone. He'll be like, oh, I got to go pack this. He'll go to the room and he'll pack this all up for you and get it shipped out right away. So if you need some baits quick, you got a trip coming up next weekend, go ahead, place your order now and you'll get them right away.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'd like to thank you, Bill. Thank you for taking time out of your day. I know you just got home from work and I scheduled you so that we could actually have you on after your work. And wow, thank you for coming on. This has been you jam-packed. You jam-packed this podcast. I don't think we can get any more information into it.
Well, I appreciate once again you inviting me and getting me on this podcast, and I want to just keep talking Nikko baits and just fishing in general. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys at the show or hit me up on my Facebook. Once again, I'm Spot Monkey Fishing. Go ahead, like me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm starting to work on a YouTube page too. I'm not very good with video editing, but I just taught my daughter how to. So hopefully she'll be making my fishing videos going forward. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Facebook, Instagram, look for Spot Monkey Fishing. Give me a like. I'll follow you right back. And, I'm pretty active. I try to make a post a day if possible. And, it's not always just fishing either. I like beer. I like going out, having a good time, so, we can talk anything, let's just have a good time.
Okay. Don't go away after I stop the podcast, please. I want to talk to you. But anyways, in closing, I'd like to tell everybody that the Garden State Outdoor Sports Show is going to take place January 6th through 9th of 2022. And that's going to take place at the New Jersey Convention and Exposition Center in Edison, New Jersey. The Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoor Show, like we talked about, is going to be January 13th through 16th. That's 4 days of sports shows. That's a 2022 at the Lake County Fairgrounds, and that's in Grays Lake, Illinois. And I'd like to thank everybody for listening to Let's Talk Fishing Podcast. And of course, I want to thank Bill for coming on. And with that, I'm going to say good night and thank you, Bill, again.
You're welcome. Thanks so much, Jay. We'll see y'all. Peace.